How I saved a car on the border of Chile and Bolivia. For those who don't know, I'm a Russian guy living in Argentina and I run a car rental business in Buenos Aires. A week ago, a client called us after taking a car and driving it to northern Argentina. He said he refused to continue renting because the turn signal stopped working. We found a local auto repair shop, arranged for urgent repairs, and offered to compensate the client for the repairs and the cost of a full day's rental. The client didn't have time to wait 4 hours, so he simply bought plane tickets and flew back to the capital with his family. I had to retrieve the keys from him and take a night flight to the Andes, 210 kilometers from Chile and 240 kilometers from Bolivia. The car had a dead battery and an empty tank, so I had to seek help and then quickly set off. The mountain road was so challenging that I could only stop 3 times for a few minutes. The rest of the time I drove until night, sleeping only 3 hours in 24 and covering 550 kilometers through the mountains. After a night in a budget hotel, I set off again, as there were still 1,100 kilometers to go. The client sent me irritated voice messages asking about the refund for unused rental days, so I had to resolve the conflict in the messenger while driving. With a non-working turn signal and multiple speeding violations, I arrived in the capital by the end of the second day. To my surprise, both the car and I managed to pass this tough test. To the client's surprise, according to the rental agreement, he was responsible for the car and its condition and had no right to abandon it in another city. If we had gone to court, he could have been fined $1,500. Fortunately, I chose to be humane, and we peacefully agreed on a compensation of $500 for the return expenses.